Welcome back to Reality with Vicki. Hello, Austin. It's so good to see you again. We had an opportunity to meet virtually last week when I was in Puerto Vallarta. I am now back in my office in California. And so those of you that are watching me, I am going to go back to my real life, which is here in California and at Coto Insurance. So going back to Puerto Vallarta because that's where I enjoy and love. And Austin, you are at your house in LA.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, shoot. I was thinking you were in LA. I'm like, wow, that looks like LA. But you're Fort Lauderdale. So excited to have you on. So I thought I'd first, those of you that don't know who Austin is have you tell us a little bit about you, because it's very exciting.
Austin's been in real estate for 19 years. I started one of Richmond, Virginia's #1 brokerages and sold that and moved down here to focus on the high-end luxury stuff. Got involved with the whole $1 million listing show and have loved every single minute of it. So what I do on a daily basis is I help people buy and sell homes here in South Florida that range anywhere between 2 to upwards. I'm the help guy right now on a $39 million deal. So
Nice.
it's doing something I've always wanted to do.
Well, $30 million could buy you a lot of house in Florida, right?
It can. It's more than people find in the house for the boat. I mean, people want a house for their boat these days.
Sure. Not a bad deal. Pull up and there you go.
There you go.
We have in Newport Beach, we can buy homes around the bay. They're on the waterway there. And they're not 30 million. We're from 5 to 10. You can get a decent home, but Florida definitely is a premier place. So is that like Miami area, or is that more?
That particular house is a good 30 minutes north of Miami.
Okay, so I know the Gulf side very well. I know Naples, Florida. My brother just moved to Venice, Florida. Loves Florida. He wants me to start looking at Florida. So maybe you can be my realtor.
Come on down.
Okay.
Over, I guess.
So I want you to tell me, being so successful, everybody that owns a home has had to use typically a realtor, right? So I've bought and sold homes my whole life. I've never done sale by owner. I've always trusted a realtor to have my best interest in the negotiation. So I know a lot about real estate. I probably could be a realtor if I wanted to add it on my resume. But I find the ones that are super successful, like you, have really a goal, a vision, stay focused on your, like I'm creating my vision board right now. I talked about it on my last podcast. What keeps you focused and centered into not going off straying and just staying in that line?
I'm a big vision board goal person as well. Mine, I actually write on my bathroom mirrors. They stare at me every single day I get dressed.
Right.
And I think it's just, I've been doing it for so long. I mean, this is my 19th year in this business. I have seen pretty much every single thing this business has to offer and pretty much most of all the pitfalls that we get into. So I'm experienced in the way of I can foresee stuff coming before it actually gets here. So I would say if you're looking to hire an agent, yes, everybody has to start somewhere in this industry, but hire one that knows what they're doing and got a track record in what they're doing.
You don't want them to make mistakes on you, right?
No, absolutely not. I look at it as I tell people, it's like being a surgeon. Do you want a surgeon that his first surgery or his 5,000th surgery?
But everybody's got to start somewhere. So there's that, right? So what I want to go back is 18, 19 years ago when you decided to get in the real estate business. What was your journey like? So, because I've been in the insurance business 32 years and, a lot of different avenues I've done, but I want to know about you and what has set you apart.
I was in culinary school and I wanted to move out of my parents' house. So I am not a person that rents. I've never rented in my life, and I can say that. But anyway, I went to go buy my first house and my agent was just not truthful with me the whole time. So, when I was finally closed on the deal, I looked at my girlfriend at the time, when she ended up becoming my wife, and I said, if he can do this, we can do this. So I was licensed at 19 and a half years old and I couldn't even buy my first clients drinks when we went out to drink because I wasn't old enough to drink with them. But it was kind of cool. It was nice because we were like the cutest couple starting out, so everybody wanted to use this. And it was right at the middle and end of 2004 when the market was cranking. You could literally stay in a parking lot and people would buy a house for it.
Wow. So you got there, you got your, whoop, sorry, I was messing around with my background. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you decided to get licensed, and then you just went with a broker, right? So you decided to start that way.
Yeah, we went with the broker, and I've been coached with Beanie and Company out of South Florida, so having a coach and accountability the whole time. You want to grow your business by referral, treat people as if you would want to be treated, and give them unexpected extras throughout the way. So that is really your walking, talking billboard.
Right.
So as people referred us, I think we were with a broker for probably 3 years, and then we started our own brokerage called Bergman Properties out of Richmond, Virginia. And that's the one that I eventually grew to a multi-million-dollar producing company, and then sold it to her when I came down here about 4 years ago.
So do you have agents that work underneath you?
There are about 15 agents on the team. Most of them are pretty seasoned agents, and we sell anywhere from Miami all the way up to Palm Beach. So I know that is a humongous territory, but when you've got that many people on the team, that we're able to do it.
Yeah. So that's so good. So I'm going to go back to me. I'm going to correlate you and me for a minute, because I think we have very much aligned past and a lot of history in regards to how we've been successful. So when I got into the insurance business, I was 26 years old. I'm going to be 59 in a couple of months. So it's been a long time. And through my years of being in the insurance business, I could do health insurance, Medicare supplements, long-term care, life insurance, annuities, all these different areas you can focus in. And it seemed to me every generation I was changing my platform, how I was going to lead generate, how I was going to do that. When my TV show started 15 years ago, The Real Housewives of Orange County, I started getting agents reaching out to me wanting to work for me. So I thought, why not build a downline agency? I'll get a little slice of their production, 5%, 10%. They'll still get top commissions. Then the carriers would bump me back, a commission. So I was doing really well at that time. It was prior to 2008 when the market crashed. So I was getting anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 a month residual income before I put my foot out of my bed. So that was nice, because all my agents, I got them trained. I was doing a life with Vicki, living inspired, fully engaged, and I was getting them very active in regards to what they could do. They were working from their home. They were doing sales over the internet. 2008 happened and the crash happened, and people couldn't afford their leads. They lost all that residual income. And I was embezzled by my CPA at the time. So what she was doing was she was slicing off agents and making them her hierarchy, and she then was starting to get on overrides. They were going away from my business, and the whole thing blew up. So I went back to saying, I don't trust anybody. I'm not going to trust anybody, and I'm going to go back to personal production. So for the last 15 years, I have maintained personal production. Now, did I shoot myself in the foot by not having that downline residual income? Probably, but I had no energy to start training agents all over again, which is, as you know, super hard. Ethics are one of the biggest things that you and I are going to run across in regards to agents and clients and things like that. And I just was scared. I didn't do it. So I'm proud of you that you are able to maintain a good staff. I went too big. I had over 700 agents. It was like gangbusters. So for
all in California?
No, all over. I'm licensed in every state.
Holy cow.
So I had I went from personal production to managing, and I could manage really well. But I was testing my future on those agents because I wasn't in personal production anymore. And when they couldn't afford to maintain their leads, that's when I decided to get out of that and go back to personal production. So it's been like this for me with my business, but I've always been able to maintain. I just shift my hat. Okay, I'm a producer, or no, I'm a mentor, So because we only can do so much, right? We only can do what we can do. And so that was an interesting journey for me, but I want to talk about you. So I got some questions for you because I'm totally prepared. Okay. How did you get a $1 million listing?
Partnering with Chad, I would say. Chad Carroll is our head team leader down here, and he had been on the show, and they just started scooping up agents left and right off the team. So that's kind of how we got onto it. And I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun.
So for those of you that are listening, are you currently still on?
No, that show ended, or the Miami section of that show ended, what, a year and a half ago? It is good. We're getting ready to pitch something else, which I can't really say. But there are a bunch of things in the works that are getting ready to roll out.
Me too. Just be careful for
You got to keep one iron in the fire.
Yeah, and you got to be careful about the silent ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, did you enjoy it? How many years were you on?
2, but I really did. But the only one thing I didn't like, when you go from there to the limelight, either people want to be your friend or they want to get away from you.
Right.
So
they want to take advantage of you.
They would take advantage of you. So it was more the fact of me having to balance that. Who was I going to hang around? Who was I going to be seen with? And who was that I could see that was taking advantage of me that I needed to get away from.
Yeah. I don't have a good picker in that regard. I think everybody's got my best interest at heart and everybody loves me and nobody's going to hurt me. And that's how I've gotten burned. I mean, I really go all in with my relationships. I don't have, I'm not big on the quantity. I'm big on the quality. And that's from my Midwestern roots. We just got to stay in the quality zone. So I, family is super important to me. My really good friends are important to me. But I tend to believe everybody. When you tell me something, I'm going to believe you. And until I find out the hard way, you didn't tell me the truth. So with Bravo, you enjoyed the journey, enjoyed the ride. I did too. I miss being on TV. Do you miss it?
I miss the excitement every day.
I miss the excitement. I know. It's not that I want to be on TV. It's the excitement of the game,
And looking perfect all the time. I can't believe you're 69. Did you say 69? I wrote this down right here.
No, I'm 58.
Oh, 58. I don't know why I wrote 69 here.
God, no, I'm 50. I was born in 62.
Oh, thank God.
58. So, but I will admit, when I was in Mexico last week, I got Botox. The only way I can move my forehead is by shaking my head. So I'm gonna fight it all the way to the end, right? So, no, God, no, I'm not 69. Jesus, don't push me over the edge. I was like, no, I'm not, and I'm not gonna go down gracefully. I'll know that for sure. So how old are you?
I am 38. I turned 39 in October.
You are 3 years older than my son.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Okay, so I'm going on to more. Real estate and our retirement planning. So you know that I'm a big retirement planner. I've written a bunch of books, Life After Retirement. I've got Women in Money books, all these different things. So real estate. So I'm going to share with you something that happened to me this last week. I publicly haven't shared yet. You're going to be my first person publicly to share this with. So those of you that have listened to me know that my daughter moved to North Carolina. And she wanted me to buy a house out there to create some income for me and have a place to go to. And the more I thought about it, being 3,000 miles away and having her be in North Carolina, not be able to manage a house, those dreams have stopped. And I'm thinking about just flipping the house because I'm worried about having this beautiful home and not anybody wanting to take care of it. Because I was thinking residual income, I'll create an income stream for me. But this Airbnb and the VRBO and all that, when you have a beautiful home on a lake that's kind of secluded, do I have to be worried about that?
No, I mean, there's a lot of people here that actually manage those things. So no, I mean, I sell them all day long with the people that buy them. And there's only complaints you're going to get is I think people, when they go on vacation, they always want to party. Yeah. So as long as you vet your people up front and just are very strict and say, I don't want parties, I don't want events thrown in my home. Right. Most people follow the rules.
They honor that. Okay, that's good. So I'm really deciding, do I want it as rental income or do I want to do it as a flip? And I just always think people don't respect the home as much as they would if they owned it.
Yeah, but look at what we're going through right now. People don't want to be stuck in a hotel with hundreds of people.
Right.
If they want to go on vacation, they're going to want a private residence.
Right.
And on average here in Fort Lauderdale, people are getting $300 a night for a 3-bedroom house. So if you can get $300 a night, I don't know what the cost of the house is.
Yeah, it was $575. And
by all means, go get it. Go get $300 a night.
$500 a night. The realtor said $500 a night I could get in the high season.
Go for it.
You know, they pull up their boat right to the house. It's a lake log cabin house. So I know that's interesting. But what do you think about real estate and retirement? Is it a flipper, or is it for rental income, or what do you think as part of our portfolio?
Do you have grandbabies yet?
I do. I have two brand. I would say half, two and a brand new one.
Look at your face. You're going to be right there near him all the time.
I know. So they're my everything. So
I would keep it. I mean, there's a long-term plan. If you own it, what I see me doing is I don't need a Mac Daddy mansion anymore. I want little houses all over the place. Okay. And I think that I've done the Mac Daddy mansion thing, and it's a phase that people go through. But I think if you had a place in here and there next to your kids, and one in Mexico like you just did, yep. It's a perfect diversified real estate portfolio.
Yep. Okay, so that's good to know. And so for people that have money sitting in their retirement plan or in non-qualified, I say that non-retirement plans, you can actually open up a type of account that could move qualified money into in real estate, right?
Yes.
So those of you that have a 401k, 457 IRA, you can actually move that into a qualified plan within.
Gotta be investment real estate though. It can't be. So, and with the way that I'm just speaking South Florida, but you could easily come down here and buy a 10-unit apartment complex for $1 million, $1.2 million, and make 7% return on your money.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And they're everywhere. It's because it's so expensive down here for the young kids to live, so they've got to start somewhere.
Right.
And that's why we have apartment complexes left and right that people can purchase.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so were you born and raised in Florida?
No, I was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, and I came down here about 4.5 years ago.
That's where my parents got married.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He worked with my dad for USG at the time.
Oh, really?
It was prior to me, but I remember the story. So what are some mentorship groups, or what are some people that you follow to encourage you to be the best you can be? Because I've got my favorites, things like that, but who are your mentors?
I am going to give a shout out to the man that I met when I first got into this business, which is Brian Buffini. He is an Irish immigrant here from Ireland, and he has watched my personal story throughout my entire career. And it is the #1 coaching company that I strongly suggest any real estate agent goes to. And go to his podcast on iHeartRadio. Every single thing on there is amazing in life, business, health. He just did an interview with Matthew McConaughey last week on his new book called Green Lights, and it's awesome. That is my #1.
I'm writing it down. So spell his name.
Brian Buffini, Buffini.
Okay, I just did that, Brian Buffini.
You'll love it. You will absolutely love it.
I'm a big believer in following. So my downtime, whenever I have that, is not watching TV, not being on social media. It is hearing people like Grant Cardone. I've got a couple other ones that are not coming to mind at the moment, but just positive outlook of people that want to give you, like Darren Hardy's got a daily podcast where it's 5-7 minutes about what you manifest in your mind will come into there. So I'm working on my vision board right now. I'm going to create this incredible future because it's up to me to do that. I've had a little bit of bumps this past year, but who hasn't? And, the business, I've got to always kind of try to restructure. I've got a staff meeting after this, and my staff is ready to go into my lead. I have to lead my staff to positive. They're worried about job security. I'm in this big high rise here in Irvine, California on a first floor, even though it looks like I'm in Mexico, I'm not. And I feel that if I'm insecure or worried about the future of the business, they're going to feel that. So for me, I have to be their leader. I have to be the one that shows them, this is our plan. We're fine. We're on track. We want to write about 20 to 30 million this year. In order to do that, and that's in insurance premiums, that's not in commissions. And from there, we all will have our bonuses and we'll create a great life for ourselves. But I need their help. I'm not a one-man shop. So it's kind of nice having that staff to lean on to say, okay, what is your ideas? What is your thoughts? So I'm sure you've got the same. That's why these mentorship groups are, these people that you follow and listen to are good. Have you ever listened to Darren Hardy?
I have. I've seen a bunch of times speak, and he's a good guy. I love his energy, I would say.
Yeah, he's good. I think so much of our success is right here. We can be our worst enemy and we can be our best cheerleader. And I've got a handicap because I look at other people to constantly affirm me, and I'm working through that and knowing that I can't lean on others to make me feel successful or important or popular or what have you. When I was married to Don, he used to say, your love tank's empty. I didn't even know you had a love tank. I'm like, if you fill me up, I can conquer the world. If my love tank is depleted or I feel insecure, like I'm not going to do good. So where do you get your love tank filled from? Is it from success, money? Is it from people, or?
Feeling satisfied with doing the right thing and putting my name to it. Like if I close a deal or whatever, I know darn well I did the best that I could do and put my name to that deal.
Good.
And that would be it.
Good. That makes you sleep well at night knowing you're doing, and your integrity and your moral compass and everything. So one of these questions I said was, how did your close friends that weren't on the show handle you being popular and on the show? Did they embrace you, or did they say, you know what, that's kind of weird?
They all wanted me to go places with them. I mean, you know how it is. People take you. It's just like, come here, come there. Oh, you're here. Oh, you're there. I'm just a normal person,
Right.
It's just, I was the one that had the cojones to put myself out there on camera and went for it,
I love it. What did you do with your first Bravo check?
Bought a house.
Your check was bigger than mine because my check was $5,000 my first check. So I couldn't even put the down payment on my car. So good thing that you.
Well, I mean, I didn't get paid for the first year just because they had to do the reviews and people buying into the stuff. I mean, people buy into it. So.
Right. Good. I'm glad. So you invested it. How many?
I read something too the other day. You saved all your money? I was just reading an article on you before I jumped on.
I did. I never bought a bigger home. I bought additional homes. I own 3.5 right now. I'm in half with my son on this house in Pacific Beach. But I saved up almost all my money. I paid my taxes the day I got paid, and I banked it.
Oh, that's great.
I had to give a lot away on my divorce, though. That was not fun. So he got alimony from me. My attorney kept saying, it's not gender specific. You be the breadwinner, you're going to have to pay up. So I kind of bit the bullet and just said, okay, I get it. But it's not typical, So obviously Bravo helps your business. You become more famous. You're able to be more successful. I know that you're got some projects in the works, and you've got the look for it. You are very handsome, and you've got a great persona and personality. So I just I'm excited to hear about what you got coming up, and I know it's a secret, and so is mine. But maybe we can collaborate together.
I hope we get to do it together. We're guests on either one.
Be careful what you wish for.
Here, you gotta make it into reality here.
Yeah, I'll have to put that on my vision board tonight.
Have you ever talk about that? Have you ever seen Oprah's vision board thing?
No.
It's really easy for your staff to just Google Oprah vision board.
Okay.
And they can literally do it digitally.
Oh.
Where you literally can slide in everything to your vision board, and then you print it out, and each one of your staff members can have their own vision board.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So I was going to do that with my Financially Fabulous with Vicki Facebook group that we were able to meet you through. And I thought that would be good, is to have it be, a half hour, 45-minute Zoom visual meeting and have people do that. But I've been looking online for a digital vision board. So yay.
Oprah has.
You just told me that. So have you done it?
I've done a lot of them. And actually, it's funny, as I took a guy on a date, 2 years ago, to Barnes & Noble and told him to pick out his top 3 magazines. And he looked at me like we were weird. And we went back to my house and sat on the floor and made a vision board. Cutting.
I love it. Oh, bless your heart.
I thought I was very weird, but it was funny.
Did it manifest into anything that came?
Oh yeah, he started crying in the middle of it. He's like, I've never done anything like this.
It's very emotion, because you're imagining, you're manifesting your future.
Yeah.
So I love that. Okay, I'm going to
have a goal inside her, it's never going to happen. I mean, that's
right.
kind of what it is.
Those of you that are listening, you got to go Google Oprah's vision board, and I want you all to tell me when you've got it completed, and then we could touch base in 6 months and see if what. So I have mine under my bed that I did 3 years ago, and everything on that board came true, everything. And I pray over it in the morning and kind of just, Lord, just check me, give me guidance, and I'm manifesting what I want in my life, and it's pretty cool. It's The Power of the Secret. The book, The Secret. I forget who wrote it. Did you ever read that book?
No, I've never read that book.
So it's the same thing. You're manifesting your life. What do you do on your downtime? Are you a TV watcher, social media guy? What is your downtime?
I can't say the last time I watched TV.
Me too. I don't watch TV either. It bores me.
I am a
He's like, you never sit still. I'm like,
you can't. Well, here you are, 2 TV stars, and you're sitting here saying don't watch TV, so watch it.
I know. Watch our shit. We don't watch other stuff that's mindless. So
no, I live a quarter mile from the beach, so I love the sand. I love the ocean, so I'm usually out there for sunrise almost every morning.
Good.
I have a golden doodle that loves to go walk on the beach. So.
I love those dogs.
She's fun.
Oh yeah, so that's interesting. I just got back from my condo in Mexico last night, and I'm on the sand. I'm in a high rise, which I wouldn't really prefer, but in order to get on the sand, you got to do the high rise stuff. And when I see the sun, setting at night, I see the sun setting, not rising. There's something magical about it. There is literally some movement in my body that I pray. I thank God. My parents both loved Mexico. The reason why I love it is because I was going there since I was young. But I feel one with God with them. My screensaver is Mexico. I'm looking ahead at my office right now. I've got a picture of my it is serene to me. It's beautiful. It's affordable. But it's Mexico. It's not America. So that's a downside in some respects. But it's also pretty cool. So when you can do what you said you do and get up in the morning and go to bed and watch the sunrise and fall, it's pretty cool.
How was buying a condo there? I was listening to your other podcasts. The people didn't live in Mexico that you bought it from, and you weren't there at closing?
Exactly right. It's the craziest thing ever. They live in Newport Beach. They're a law firm. It was 3 partners, husband, wife, and another partner. And they bought this condo, new construction. They did all the flooring, raised the ceilings, put a beautiful kitchen in, all this 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and they never went. They decided they were going to sell it January a year ago. So when I looked at it, because I have another piece of property in town, but it's owner-occupied weeks. I could only go 2 weeks a year, kind of like a timeshare, but not really. My dad built that building, but it was I couldn't go there all the time. So I started looking online and found this condo. And COVID hit, so I put an offer in. They were asking $680. I offered $650 with closing costs and everything. It ended up to be about $660, and they will only take cash. So I was short about $100,000. So I just did a HELOC on my main house and brought it over. And I couldn't close because the borders were closed, and I couldn't close, so I had to go remotely. So there was craziest thing from the Mexican consulate from LA. They had to come down to my office, fingerprint me, interview me, make sure I wasn't money laundering, and then they had to send all the documents after they did everything. Eye test, fingerprints, all of my fingers, like the whole thing. Then they brought the documents back up to LA. Same day, it had to be dated the same day as the day I signed it. They brought all the documents back up to LA, and then the money laundering people, what's that called? I have to do it for my insurance test, and right now I'm AML, so anti-money laundering, had to approve that the funds were in my account and had been for over a year, which they were. So less than a year, the closing probably wouldn't have happened because they don't want, obviously, the money coming through and siphoning to Mexico and then back. So they approved me, and I closed remotely from that interview, from that Mexican consulate, coming to my office here in Irvine and questioning me like I was under interrogation. It was pretty extreme. So I closed on it, and my realtor, I said, like, what's in the house? And she's like, underwear is in the drawers, golf clubs are in the cabinets, clothes are hanging in the closets. They couldn't go to clothes. I couldn't go to clothes. So I said, give everything, including the beds, to a foster, home family, or the orphanage. There's an orphanage in town for that needed beds and clothes and things like that. So everything got removed, all pillows, bedding, everything. And I started from scratch on a clean slate, and I did that all remotely. I ordered everything on Liverpool.com and Amazon, and I had a person at the other end receiving everything. And then I went with 300 pounds of luggage and baggage, every month to get the house the way it is. And it's beautiful. It's perfect. But it was a challenge. It was every 2 minutes I was questioning, what am I doing? And is this the right thing to do? I went to
suggest other people buy down there?
Pardon me?
Would you suggest other people buy down there?
It works for me because I love it, and I'm going to go there a lot. And if you don't know anything about Mexico, and if you don't love it, don't buy. Just go vacation there. But if you know Mexico and you enjoy Mexico and you want to go there a lot, and it's in my future plan, it was on my vision board 5 years ago, a high-rise condo on the beach, and I had no idea I would be doing this. But how can you buy a beachfront property, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, on the sand? I walk outside, I'm on the sand for under $700,000.
That's pretty awesome.
Right? And I could rent it out right now if I wanted to for about $9,000 a month. That's what they're getting. And I have no mortgage on it. So could be a rental income property down the road. I don't know. I like my stuff very fancy. I got my pillows with the pillowcases and the satin pillows, and I would have to go down and strip it and put, the Kirkland brand on the beds, because I don't want anybody having sex in my beds. That would freak me out. I'm going to have a little voice there. No sex in the beds.
Now Miss Airbnb.
Right? So I have an older couple. That's all that's allowed to go, because I know they won't be having sex probably. You have to be over 80. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I like the property. You know what? If one day I wake up, Austin, and I don't like it anymore, I sell it.
That's true. How's the market now, from what I've been told?
Yep. So I'm going to have 2 houses on the market, and if Puerto Vallarta, I decide I don't like it down the road, I sell it. But I do want to get a place in Florida. I literally do.
How's your luxury market in Irvine?
Well, I live in Costa Casa. My house has been for sale for about 5 months. I had one offer. I didn't accept it. Now I'm kicking myself. So I'm asking $3.35 million, and the offer came in at $2.9 million. I counter-offered at $3.3 million, and it was crickets. Because I wanted to show them I wasn't going to play ball. If you want to buy my house, buy my house. They were a cash offer. So I think I screwed myself on that one.
Now, for everybody that's listening, I've been in this business for 19 years. You know how many sellers I've heard, I wish I would have taken the first offer?
Well, I wish I would have countered more.
Yeah.
If it had 3 in front of it, it sold.
Yeah.
2 number didn't work for me. So.
Well, sell.
It'll sell. It's a beautiful home. It'll sell. And then I don't know what I'm doing. So it's going to be a whole nother conversation, Austin. What am I doing?
Florida.
My brother loves it there. So, anyways, I know I wanted to, talk to you. We've been about, 40 minutes or so. I want to see if there's anything else you want to say. I just want to thank you. I want to stay in contact with you. I'm so proud of you as a mama bear that I am of you. I am, because super proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would just say, with as many people that are looking at Florida now with what's going on, I am available in South Florida. If anybody would have any questions, you can reach out to Vicki to get my contact info, or go to austinbergman.com. That is my website, and would love to help each one of you out and answer any questions you have.
Leave your phone on, because I'll probably be buying in Florida. Why not?
954-913-5357.
There you go. Okay. My very best to you. Blessings to you. So proud of you. Thank you for joining me. I think we have a lot more we can talk about too about investments in real estate. We'll have you back on. Okay.
In life.
Okay. Don't forget to whoop it up.
Love you. Whoop it up.
Whoop it up. Okay. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, glutathione is a big word. but it's the body's own master antioxidant. So it's a scavenger for free radicals, for bacteria, and what's relevant now, viruses. This is new to the marketplace. There's no other product on the market that has the ingredient NACET.
And basically NACET increases the production of that glutathione that is in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system and keep it strong.
Elevated sense of well-being. Supports muscle strength and endurance.
Cognitive function. Powerful liver support.
Energy. Helps blood sugar regulation. Superior bioavailability of key ingredients.
One of your best defenses against COVID is a strong immune system. Taking GSH Plus as a daily supplement does all that. And now we have the product out on the marketplace.